listening to Proof Text, a Glossa House podcast by Dr. T. Michael W. Halcomb, Dr. Frederick J. Long, Dr. Mario Melendez, Dr. Jennifer Noonan, and J. M. Smith. Welcome and enjoy.
Hello and welcome to Proof Text. I am Michael Halcomb, and in this episode, I'm doing a Hebrew reading. And if you've been following along with the podcast, you know that means we're in the book of Jonah. If you're new to the podcast, well, there you go. We're in a book of Jonah, and welcome. The way that this works is we just look at one verse, and the whole point is to build our reading competency and fluency. And we'll look at one verse in full, then we'll just go through word by word, and then look at the verse in full again. So if you're trying to read along and work on your pronunciation, I encourage you to pause as often as you need to, pause the video, and read out loud. Repeat after me, that sort of thing. Now, pronunciation is it tends to fall in line with a lot of what most professors would teach today, but there are some nuances to it, particularly in the area of vowels, and particularly with like ayin and aleph. So sometimes vowel or vav, as people would call it. So anyways, we're at Jonah 1:14. I'm going to share that here. If you're watching, you'll see it on the screen. And if you're just listening, that's fine too. So here we go, Jonah 1:14. And yeah, there we go. By the way, these numbers, it looks like it says 41. I don't know what happens whenever I do the video and I put it in, it says 14, and then somehow when we do the output, it flips it. It's just one of those crazy Hebrew things. But here we have Vayikrau al Yahweh Vayameru Ana. Whoops, let me go back. Went a little fast there. All right. Ana Yahweh al Na. Okay. No aveda banefesh ha-aish hazeh v'al titen alenu. Keep going here. Dam nakiya ki ata Yahweh or Adonai ka'asher kafetah ashita. All right, so I struggled a little bit with that. Just trying to do a cold read here. Let's just go back through each word and see if this picks up. So the first one we have vayikrau. So you can do this vayikru, vayikrau, or vayikrau. Depends how you treat these two vowel letters here at the end, the aleph and the vav. So you have the vav functioning as u, so au, or there's a vowel pair ow. So vayikrau, if you treat the aleph as silent, vayikru, or vayikrau. So it depends what your professor teaches or however you learn it. There are different ways to pronounce this. Vayikrau. That's kind of how I do it. Vayikrau. Vayikrau. And that's like a mix between vayikrau, vayikrau, vayikrau. You can't really tell, kind of at the speed of speech. Al Yahweh, or El Yahweh, El Yahweh. Now, a lot of people, when they see Yahweh here, will do Adonai. That's fine. Al Adonai, or El Adonai, or El Yahweh. I like doing Yahweh, or Adonai is fine as well. So here we have Vayomeru. This is a little bit tricky. So we have Vayo, then we have the Ameru. So what are we going to do with the aleph? If we treat it as silent, Vayomeru. If we pronounce it, Vayomeru. And it doesn't sound that different. So Vayomeru, Vayomeru. There's just that little Vayomeru, 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 Vayomeru. So I like to pronounce it. If you've been watching along, you know that. So Vayomeru. All right, we keep going. Ana, Ana, Ana. Yahweh or Adonai, Ana, Yahweh, Alna. We got some kind of repetition of sounds going on there, Alna. And then here we have no aveda. Now again, we have the issue. Are you going to pronounce the aleph or not? So if you don't, it's no aveda. No aveda is how I do it. No aveda, no aveda, no aveda, no aveda, no aveda. So it just depends how you want to do that. No aveda. All right. Here we have nefesh, nefesh, nefesh. Ha-aish, ha-aish. So we have the aleph, hirik yod, aish, ha-aish, aish. Now some people, if we go back to that, some people are just going to do ha-ish, ha-ish, ha-aish, ha-aish. That's how I like to do it, but a lot of people disagree. So here we have hazeh, hazeh, hazeh. Here we have va'al, titen, va'al, titen. Alenu, ale. So we have the ayin with the comments under there. So it's more like a sound. Alenu, alenu, alenu. Remember, I like to do that guttural stop. Alenu. It's hard though when that's at the start of a word. Alenu, alenu, alenu. Dam, alenu, dam, alenu, dam. Nakia, nakia. The hirik yod. And then the aleph, again, you're going to pronounce it or leave it silent. Naki, nakia. Nakia, that's how I'm going to do it. Nakia. Ki, ata, ki, ata. Yahweh, Adonai, Yahweh. Yeta, Yahweh. Ka'asher, ka'asher, ka'asher. Cha, fa, chafatzta, 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 chafatzta. Sita, 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 sita. I think I got that wrong in the cold open there, but sita. So it's a s instead of a sh sound. So asita, asita. Here we go. Vayikrau al Yahweh vayomeru ana Yahweh ana no aveda na benafesh ha'aish hazeh va'al titen alenu dam nakiya ki ata Yahweh ka'asher chafatzta ashita. So there you go. I think that sounds way better than the second time through. And yeah, you take some time, practice reading. I am by no means perfect at reading my Hebrew out loud. Kind of just getting back into it as I go along here and taking you along for the ride if you want to go. So yeah, there it is, Jonah 1:14, and I'll stop there and say I hope that helps.
Interested in growing your ancient language skills but not sure where to start? Glossa House can help. From illustrated readers and short stories to lexicons and grammars, Glossa House offers a variety of resources for beginning, intermediate, and experienced ancient language learners. Head to glossahouse.com today. Glossa House, language resources for the global community.